All right, cool. Any comments?
We're live.
What's up? What's up, YouTube? Matt Faircloth and the Justin Fraser. Justin, let's try. You want to try and do a camera high, a high five? No, I have to go this way. Ready? No.
You're on this side
Why
of
can I
me.
not? I have to go this way. There we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh my God.
High five. What's up, man? How are you
Good
today?
morning. I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing
I
spectacular.
have our thing running in the background, and I'm trying to cancel it.
That's okay. I'll do the talking. I'm doing splendiferous, man.
Great.
That's all
Glad
I'm
to hear
doing.
you.
Yeah, I am a 13 out of 10, man. We're going live for a
Great.
little bit here, live on Insiders, live on the DeRosa Group YouTube channel. Just want to talk a little bit of shop with you. We haven't gone live on YouTube in forever and a day.
Been a
You and I
while.
used to get live like every week during the pandemic, like heavy pandemic time when like I didn't leave this room of my house, and all that. You and I are both stuck at home. It's like, I'm bored. Let's just go live. So we had lots of cool conversations with our YouTube people and with our Facebook people and all that. But I love the sound of my own voice, but I just keep on hearing it coming from your speakers, man.
We're all good. We're all good over here. We're good. I'm good. We're a little rusty. We're
I
taking the rust off.
I know we are. Well, it's good to be back with you, man. Good to be back talking some shop and good to be back. So if you guys are watching right now live on YouTube or live on the DeRosa Group Insiders page, please leave a comment. And if you guys are watching YouTube, take a moment and join our Insiders community. You can look on Facebook and go to DeRosa Insiders. It is now a free community that folks can join. We just thought would deliver more value for our people to just go and just join that one for free. So go ahead and join it and get in some real estate conversations with some people. And Justin and I'll be out there going live and everything like that regularly. So,
Yeah.
But Justin and I wanted to talk to you guys today about multifamily, right? Today's conversation is a multifamily centered conversation. Justin and I, we just sold, high five, Justin. There it is. There, hey, got it right. There it is. Just sold 198 unit last week.
Yes.
Super lucrative. Returned 30% internal rate of return, annualized internal rate of return to our investors, off the charts. We want to teach you guys how we did it. We want to teach you guys how you can maybe do that too. No promises on the 30% IRR side, but we're going to teach you guys the lesson that Justin and I learned from that. But before we get into a phenomenal opportunity we have for you guys to learn everything there is to know about multifamily that Justin and I know, we want to teach you guys. Justin and I want to just give you guys a few, like call them like the things that nobody talks about for multifamily. So Justin, give us there's a lot of people out there talking about multifamily right now. And it's sometimes I joke that I think that people think these days that that's the only kind of real estate you can invest in anymore. That's it. Dollar that says that's all anybody ever talk about. They want to get in multifamily. They want to syndicate apartment buildings and everything like that too, which is great. It can be lucrative, but people seem to talk about a few aspects of multifamily, but not others. So what do you think, Justin, are like the unspoken aspects of multifamily that probably should get talked about more often?
Yeah, you know me. I think that people don't talk enough about
you.
We talk about finding deals, we talk about raising money, and there's so much
all there is
and great content, and that's the sexy stuff.
All there is, Justin.
I just
find a deal, I raise the money, and I make money. That's
probably the top 10 questions I get are those two questions: is how do I fund a deal and how do I raise money? What we don't think enough about is when we do buy that property, we find the deal, we raise the money, we close on the property, and then what? We now have in our case, multi-million-dollar business to run. Even if you're buying a duplex or a fourplex, you have a business to run. It's a multifamily property. It's not just something you can close on and say, okay, property manager, go have fun, and let me know how it goes at the end of the year when I get my year-end statement, right? It requires active management. It requires us to have foresight and thought into what we are trying to achieve with our business, which is this multifamily property. So writing a business plan. Nobody talks about writing the business plan and executing the business plan. So I talk about it because that's what I like to do. But for the most part, we're not talking about that nearly enough. And so I encourage everyone to write that business plan. When we're talking about 5 properties like we're trying to buy right now, there are 5 sets of business plans, each with rent goals and capex plans and risks and team members we need and all the different pieces that go into this plan so that we can achieve our goal. And so I have rarely heard someone talk about beyond the underwriting, right? We put a plan in the underwriting together. I've heard of that, but rarely do we then take it and start to apply it and say, okay, this is how we're actually going to implement the plan, something we can not just hand to our property managers, but be active owners, active managers of our assets. So that's what I think we're not talking about enough.
Not anymore.
Muted? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My audio. I thought I was having an audio problem. I thought it was just me.
I was just sitting here like, Justin's.
Hold on, I can't hear you, man. That's why I put my earbud. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, but it took Jordan to tell me, Yeah. Sorry, Jordan. I'd muted myself so I could cough. Jordan, you'll cut that part out. Yeah. I know. There I go. Thank you. I got it now.
Wow. So tell me all those great things you just said once again.
I will. I muted to cough. Jordan, please cut that part out when we post this live. When we repost this. So heard nothing you said. Well, I thank you. I know. All right. So here's what I wanted to just commend you. First of all, Justin, in that an apartment building, I have joked many times in the past is not it's not just like an ATM machine that spits out $1 million checks, right? We've all said that. I've joked about that many times, but it's not that. Like I would say probably, Justin, would you agree that like 70% of the effort comes after closing?
Sure, that's a good number.
Would you maybe
think about this? If it's a 10-year hold, how many months are we spending in the finding and due diligence and getting to closing? 6 months, maybe, right? Yeah. Maybe a year to find the property, right? 6 months, and then 10 years for our hold. So from a time perspective, it's all about operations.
And if also you give it like the efforts of success, the things you can do during the process you got to buy right, and you got to fund enough to close the deal, right?
That's right.
You got to do those two things. But then there are a million things that could go wrong between the time that you close on the property, between the time and the time that you sell it, and the time that you generate cash flow in between. So it is certainly more than 50% of the effort. It's between 60 and 70%, I think, of the time, effort, and the value of time that you put in, meaning like the return you get on your dollars for your investors and those kinds of things in the push that it takes to manage the deal. So I believe strongly that it's not talked about enough. I agree with Justin that what you do after closing to the time that you sell it is an enormous amount of effort, but nobody talks about it. They really don't. Nobody speaks about it. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's not cool. It's not sexy. It's not what anybody wants to brag about or whatever. Meaning like, the people aren't like, I just increased rents $50 across these 10 units right here. Like, yeah, so what? Well, guess what? Do the math on what I just did to the value of that building by just getting those rents up $10 or $50 or whatever, right? It's quite a bit, and it adds up quickly. So asset management, huge way to move the needle. It's really what moves the needle. It's way more than just raising the money and finding the deal. And that aside from that, if you don't have good asset management, you're just buying apartment buildings and crossing your fingers and hoping the market continues to go up. That's it.
That's right.
Right. So that's that. Here's my 2 cents, guys, on things that are unspoken in multifamily that I think should be spoken more in multifamily, guys. And that is team, Capital T team. Teamwork makes the what, Justin?
Dream work. Oh, man.
Teamwork makes the dream work, guys. You cannot, as to your best efforts, and I don't care if you are a superhero like these guys, you cannot operate. And even these guys don't work by themselves. See, there's multiple logos there, right? They're not by themselves. Neither is any real estate syndicator or real estate operator of anything significant. Perhaps you could operate a single family home or a small multifamily portfolio on your own with yourself and maybe one staff member. But I promise you will not operate a larger multifamily asset on you with a 1 to 2 person team on your side. You need a capital T team to be successful in multifamily. And I also strongly believe that a team will run circles around a single or 2 person operation all day long.
But Matt, if I'm on a team, doesn't that mean I have to give up part of my fees and equity, and I'm going to end up losing, right?
You lose. You do. Yeah. And if you give up anything, you're a loser. That's right. No, of course, it's not the way we look at things. Of course, that you have to fairly compensate people and perhaps give them equity and fees and upside compensation if you want to, or whatever it is. And you arrange those kinds of things. But guess what? You create win-win arrangements, and maybe you can set things up for the more that you do, the more you get, whatever it looks like. And hey, guess what, Justin? I'll take 25% of a big nut on an apartment building deal versus 100% of zero. Won't you?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
100% of zero sounds like it's 100%, but it's of zero, right? Or of a lot smaller number.
Yeah.
I mean, like you might have 100% of that 5-unit apartment building that you bought all by yourself and managed all by yourself and found all by yourself and funded all by yourself. That's great. But that is a lot less money than 25% of the 300-unit apartment building you could buy with a team, right? And so my bottom line here, guys, is we are all great at something. We all have our unique ability. And there are assessments like the Kolbe, Kolbe, that Justin and I and our team have taken, or the predictive index that we've taken as well, that determine what your inner greatnesses are. Find out what those inner greatnesses are. And also, if you're courageous enough, look yourself in the mirror and find out what your inner weaknesses are, which you're not great at. Because Justin and I and the rest of our team make a good team because there are things that I'm great at that he's not. And there are things that Justin is phenomenal at that I'm not, right? And there are things that Jordan, our team member here, is great at that's watching right now that I'm not, like remembering to turn your microphone on when you talk and things like that, right? So I'm apparently not great at that. So you guys need to look yourself in the mirror and surround yourself by people that are great at things that you are not great at so that you can be successful. And those things might be having difficult conversations with brokers, negotiating. We're buying an apartment building right now, and the guy running our acquisitions was able to engage in a very difficult conversation with a broker and get us a phenomenal discount on a property that we're looking to buy. Probably not a conversation I could have had. You know, Justin, I don't know if you could have had that conversation. I love you, but that was a heavy
conversation.
Yeah, and he got it. Probably did better than you or I would have done. God bless.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
but there are different skill sets, different training modules, different just unique abilities that come to people that, if combined, make a unstoppable real estate team.
That's right. That's right.
And that is the unspoken thing.
Right. Our team is, you know, if we say we've got 4 core team members, it's not 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 is 4. It's, you know, 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 is like 1,000, right? We all amplify each other's strengths. We cover each other's weaknesses, and it allows us to do some really great projects. So find your team member, find the people that complement your skill set, you know, pick up where you are weak, and you'll be able to do some really great things in this business for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and you'll be able to grow 10x versus what you'd be able to do by yourself, or 100x, whatever it is.
So we have something to tell the audience about, right? If they want to do multifamily investing.
So I want to see, even if you guys are watching the recording, I want to see some likes on this video and even some shares on this video to other people in your network that are looking to do multifamily right now, because Justin and I have a phenomenal opportunity that we want to approach you guys with. If you're looking to do multi, or if you're looking to expand further into multi, your already existing multifamily operations, Justin and I have a great opportunity for you. You guys might have heard, Justin, they might have heard of an organization that goes by the name of Bigger Pockets.
That's right.
Right? They might have heard of them, right? As a matter of fact, that's a nice shirt you're wearing. So, and this is a nice book too.
Okay.
Biggerpockets.com. is partnering with Justin and I to produce a boot camp. And it's going to be a phenomenal boot camp. It's going to be very exciting. You guys might have seen Ashley Care's newbie boot camp, or Tony Robinson's Airbnb boot camp. And those are great boot camps as well. And you can sign up for those too at this link here that Justin's put, biggerpockets.com/DeRosa Group. Justin and I are going to be leading and teaching with our team the multifamily bootcamp for biggerpockets.com. It's going to be fun. It's going to be intense. It's going to be immersive. It's going to be challenging, and it's going to be direct interaction with Justin and I and our team. So check. It's also very affordable. A couple $100 if you're a Bigger Pockets Pro member, and if you got to join Bigger Pockets Pro, that's just a couple $100 more bucks. So Justin, can you screen share? I can.
Yeah, I will. And I just want to say, Matt and I designed this course. Matt and I went soup to nuts from idea to implementation as far as what do we do in our business, starting with goal setting and team members and getting into market selection. And we use our actual documents that we use, and we show our actual presentations we use, and we have very real and open, honest conversations about how we got to where we are and every step along the way. So we've designed this course not only to show you what we do, but to actively help you achieve your goals of getting into your next mid-sized multifamily property. So if you are considering taking those steps, we will literally bring you through every single step along the way. The goal is, if you follow the program, the only limitation you should have really is finding that deal, right? And we're going to show you how to find the deal. But once you find that deal, you'll have all the tools that you need to go and close it and run that deal effectively. So we're bringing everyone step by step through the whole process. Let me go ahead and share my screen, show you what the Bigger Pockets site looks like over here. And there we go. Look, enroll in the multifamily bootcamp. So you're going to go to DeRosaGroup.com, biggerpockets.com/DeRosa Group. You're going to click that big blue button, sign up now. That's all we need you guys to do. There's some really, really great stuff in here. As Matt said, it's $198. It's 2 hours per week, video content, live class, resources, classmates for accountability. That's so important. The accountability aspect, Matt, of other people doing what you want to be doing, holding you accountable to your goals, and you're going to hold someone else accountable to their goals as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, and that's, I find, I'll tell you guys a brief story. I did 4,000 push-ups last month.
Nice.
I did. And you know why I did it? Because I had accountability. I had some friends of mine in my GoBundance group that were holding me accountable to that. And then I could see in their little chart, we did like a little Zoom chart, a Google sheet that we all could look on each day and log our productivity. And the reason why I did it, I did 4,000 was I was supposed to do 1,000, and I saw some of the guys in my group were pushing the envelope and going a little bit more. So you know what I did? I went a little bit more, and we saw one guy was a little low, hadn't done push-ups for a couple of days. So guess what we did? We called him. We texted him up. Hey man, you okay? What you doing? Oh yeah, I'm good. And then he got himself caught back up. Right. So accountability is the only way to really be successful, is to let other people make them aware of your goals, and then let them see where you are in your goals, and then report back and everything like that. So there's going to be little accountability pods in this program. There's going to be weekly check-ins with Justin and I. We're going to be going live. You can pick our brain, go Q&A. And that we'll do a deep dive session with some folks as it comes up. Homework every week. It's going to be real, like multifamily, like hands in, go and do this thing that will bring real life action into your multifamily business. The deliverables, when you guys walk out the door of this thing, you're pretty much going to be able to, you'll have investors lined up based on the homework we're going to give you. You're going to have a presentation module, or at least the bones thereof, to present to those investors in a multifamily deal as it comes up. And you'll have a business plan in place in your pocket to, once you've got that multifamily asset picked, to how to make it work. And Justin will even help you find a market,
right?
Because there's a lot of markets in the US, but that doesn't mean you should invest in all of them. So we're going to help you find one market that works the best for you and your goals.
That's right. We're going to bring people through every single step here, everything. And I don't know if Matt, if you know anything about raising money for people for multifamily deals.
There's a great book on that out. Amazon bestseller right here. Whether they can check out.
We're going to break down the concepts from that book. It's not like a book report or anything, but just it's all included in this whole process, and we really talk about everything from soup to nuts here, beginning to end, and bring you all along the way. It's a really great deep dive course, video content, homework, like we said, and that accountability, and just the resources that you need to get your goals done. So I know I'm excited about this course. I'm excited to be a part of it, to teach it. I think I'm even going to learn something from it. So I think it's going to be really, really great. And anything else, Matt? Anything else to say about this?
I think that it's one of those things where you can bump into walls. You can go and pay, $10,000-$20,000 to somebody that's going to give you one of their students to teach you. Or you can just keep figuring it out and keep hoping that you figure it out one day on your own, right? Or you can go to a trusted organization like BiggerPockets and DeRosa Group, two great trusted organizations that you know and love, and join them and go on this multifamily journey by going to biggerpockets.com/DeRosa Group right now and signing up for the multifamily boot camp. So we hope to see you guys there. It's limited seats, limited time only. February 3rd, I think, Justin.
February 3rd.
February 3rd is the launch date. Yeah. So at the end of the day, guys, don't delay. Go there now. Biggerpockets.com/DeRosa Group. A couple $100. You guys spend more than that on a lot of things. Why not build your wealth? Spend a couple $100 to build your wealth now.
That's it. All right.
So we got. See you there, guys. Justin, one more time. You ready?
One, two, three. Got it.
Cool. Right. Thanks for joining, guys. If you guys liked our live session, leave us a quick comment below. Justin and I will commit to do more lives. You want to see more lives from us, even go back to doing scheduled lives, whatever it is, leave us some feedback, and we will certainly look to do that because we want to continue to serve our awesome community that we have here on YouTube and on Facebook. See you guys later.
Bye.